It's really beautiful to see some of the still pristine rivers this close to Halifax and how magical that is and how much we want to share that with everybody, because once you know, you can love it and you can advocate for its good stewardship and ideally protection. My name is Mike Lancaster. I'm the Executive Director of the St. Margarets Bay Stewardship Association. We've been working on various stewardship initiatives in this watershed at this point a little over 20 years, and we've been working specifically on trying to get it protected and designated as an Ingram River Wilderness Area for the past 10 years. The river used to be a very productive salmon river. We've got accounts from the 1920s from guides that were here that there used to be a really robust salmon population here. It's kind of got everything that the river needs to have that again. We just need to make sure that we help it along its restoration journey. One of the realities that we've had to contend with our restoration efforts here, this area was largely intensively managed for what kind of today we would call high production forestry values. A lot of the threats that we face now are from a legacy of that long-term, what I would call mismanagement. It's a lot of clear cutting right up to the edge of the rivers and the streams.
When they sent logs down the river, they would try and buffer the sides of the river and remove any obstacles and rocks, but in doing so, they'd also remove really valuable fish habitat. My name's Thomas Sweeney. I'm a biologist with the Nova Scotia Salmon Association. We're using the river's natural flow to try and improve habitat, not just for salmon and trout, but as part of a broader rehabilitation and conservation effort for the Ingram River watershed.
One of the things that's been really interesting about the relationship between us at the St. Margarets Bay Stewardship Association and the Nova Scotia Salmon Association is how we mesh that kind of terrestrial and aquatic world. The more that we focus on how interconnected those two are, the forests that line the streams and the rivers themselves, the better of an understanding we have of how that world overlaps and interacts, and the better we can achieve our goals of restoration.
We want to back up just a little bit of water using a rock sill here, and above we're going to use a deflector and start carving out a pool. And so we're going to take what's already here, compound that fresh water, and build some pool habitat in a lovely little feeder stream.
So on the Ingram River, we've done projects like digger log installations, rock sills, deflectors, and beaver dam analogs is something that we're working on for the first time this year.
We're going to put a beaver dam analog here. This small channel here, which is low right now, but it's still pulling water from our main channel. And this will, over time, fill with sediment, natural vegetation, and move water into our main channel. And that is going to create some really valuable habitat. So this is one of our biggest misconceptions, that beavers are a huge problem when it comes to fish and aquatic connectivity. The St. Margarets Bay Stewardship Association has done a wonderful job making an artificial fake beaver dam using only natural materials. And the goals of this are to back some of that water up and push it back into the main channel, deepening what we call the thalweg, that deeper point in the channel that fish want to move through.
Working with the Salmon Association and the Adopt Stream program has been without exaggeration, a game changer for our work. Wading into this, literally and figuratively, is a bit daunting, but to turn to the Adopt a Stream program and the Salmon Association has meant that we can move forward with confidence, because we're not just kind of reading up, getting certifications on our own and saying, this seems right, but we're able to go to them and say, what do you, the experts in this in Nova Scotia, what do you think about this? But we also have a tremendous amount of community and cultural support. We've got support from over 50 businesses and organizations, including the Confederacy of Mainland Mi'kmaq and the Tourism Industry Association of Nova Scotia. We've got this tremendous amount of ecological value that we've documented. We've been able to establish the presence of 17 species at risk. So we've got this kind of perfect mesh point here of ecological values, cultural and community values, and a balance for industrial values and forestry values. There's a lot of really exciting recreational opportunities here that somewhat feel underutilized. The more that we can kind of harness that value, the better that we're doing as a society to be diverse and deal with the problems that come down the line. We hope that folks get to know this river system that much more, because it is quite close to Halifax, but it's still very wild, and there's an opportunity for restoration to bring it back to a pristine state, and that's what we're trying to do.